Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Rizal Afandi from class B Mathematics. I will answer question UAS FILSAFAT. The first, theory of scientific truth. Theory correspondence. Correspondence theory of truth is a theory that holds the view that statements are true if they correspond to facts of statements that exist in nature or the object to which these statements are addressed. Truth or a situation is said to the true if there is compatibility between the meaning intended by one opinion and a truth. Example: a woman is person who can conceive and give birth to children. The second theory, coherent theory. Coherent theory if truth is a theory of truth based on coherence of consistency criteria. Theory is usually also called consistency theory, namely a theory that says a statement is considered true if the statement is coherent or consistent with previous statements that have been considered logically correct and clear. Example: all participants who take part in the August 17 competition must wear red and white clothes when the competition takes place. And the third, pragmatic theory. The pragmatic theory of truth is a theory that has the view that the meaning of ideas is limited by reference to scientific and personal or social consequences. The pragmatic theory says that statements are measured by the criterion of whether these statements are functional in practical life. That is, a statement is true if the statement or the consequence of that statement have practical use in human life. Example: someone who put forward the idea of raising a communication tool to talk over long distance. Then the idea was realized to create a communication tool in the form of a mobile phone that can be used by humans to facilitate communication. If there is something important to talk about without bothering to meet each or other if in remote and busy. And the fourth, religious theory. Religious theory is a comprehensive unified element which makes a person refers to as a religion person and not just claiming to have a religion. Religious includes religious knowledge, religious experience, religious before, religious and religious social attitudes. Example: people who make pilgrimage to grave and people who like to pray. Question number 2. Means of science thinking. The first, leisure plays an important role and is a common thing in life and human life. Language is a verbal communication tool that is used in all process of scientific thinking. Example: delivering material from student teacher directly. And second, mathematics. Mathematics is a language that symbolizes a series of meaning from the statement we want to convey. Mathematics symbols are artificial which only have meaning after a meaning is given to them. An example is the use of symbol the logic of mathematics. And the third, logic. Logic is a tool for thinking systematically, validly, and can be accounted for. In another sense, logic is a method and principles that can distinguish between right and wrong reasoning. For example, logic is used to analyze right or wrong. And the last, statistic. Statistic is a meaning of thinking that is needed to process knowledge scientifically. As part of the scientific method, say statistic help use to make generalization and conclude the characteristic of an event with returning on but by change. For example, election. Answer number 3, the paradigm of rationalism and empirism. Uh, the first, the first rationalism. Etymological rationalism comes from the English word rationalis. This word is derived from the Latin word ratio, it means reason. According to Leach, based on the root rationalism view the whole that reason is score of knowledge and justification. Rationalism is follow based on reason, ideas that make sense. Apart from that, there is no real skill. Example, the Bauhaus composed by Walter Gropius. The units, the habitation apartment is Marsalis and the philosophy ingredients but by Le Corbusier. And second, empirism. Empirism is a school of philosophy with statement that all knowledge comes from the human sense. Example, a child says harshly because he has had similar experience either from family or friend. Question number 4. Ontology. In logic, ontology comes from the Greek ontos, which means the logos, which means knowledge. In terms on ontology is branch of philosophy that discusses the nature existence. Example, philosophical study of valence chair. Number in the second, epistemology. Episteme means knowledge and logos means knowledge. Epistemology means knowledge about knowledge, which is often called the theory of knowledge. Example, how do we get knowledge? For example, namely child. Now, and the third, axiology. Axiology in logos is axios, which means proper, and logos, which means science of or study. According to the term, axiology is a study that has a theory of value or the study of something that can be of value and has benefits. For example, ethics and aesthetic. Question number 5, sense hierarchies. Hierarchy is the access to understand a complete problem where the problem is listed in question. The first, tradition. Tradition is the first foundation is knowledge. Something is considered true because it has been considered true long ago. Tradition usually do not have a scientific basis. Sometimes the tradition is not even known, only done continuous because it's usually done in a very long period of time. Example, funeral tradition of the Minahasa tree North Sulawesi. And the second, authority. Hierarchy of knowledge based of anarchy means something is considered true because it is said by an expert. Example, the student is in the class will think that what the teacher say is true because the teacher is considered an expert. And the third, trial and error. Trial mean trying and error mean wrong. Trial and error is used to get the best knowledge. In many cases, trial and error will take further and more in-depth research. Sample, a beginner who won't try selling his own product. Logical and the fourth, logical reasoning. Logical reasoning is systematic process to combine personal experience, intelligence, and formal thinking system to acquire knowledge. Logical reasoning can be either deductive. Theory is used to make hypotheses. Example, job selection test or CPNS test. And the last, the scientific method. The scientific method is a project at the very top, the hierarchical pyramid. The scientific, the scientific method includes systematic experimental control and order. In this case, there are many factors that must be considered in conducting research with the scientific. Example, effect of gases upon water versus on plant growth. And question last, number 6, the Islamization of science is human liberation of magical, methodological, animistic, national culture, national, and from the sake of secular and studying of truth and log as well liberation from the control of the physical absolute school and unfair to the nature is or his soul. Because human is physical form, then for the true nature is fair toward them. Islamization is a process toward its original form, which is not as strong. The process of evolution and devolution. That is, with the Islamization of knowledge, Muslim will be liberated from the sake of things that are contrary to Islam, so that harmony and peace will arise within them according to their nature. Example, spread Islam through religion. The integration of knowledge does not only combine religion knowledge and general science, but the integration of knowledge is an attempt to unite religious knowledge or originating from relevance and general science as a result of human thought. Example, an Islamic school or college. Okay, that is all and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.